Yes, Vodacom Business Africa Group. It's a wholly owned subsidiary out of the Vodacom Group stable. Company-wise, completely different from the traditional mobile network operators. We are effectively a Pan-African play, probably the largest Pan-African operator of ICT enterprise services to the bigger multinational and Pan-African companies. We came about as a result of the acquisition of the Gateway group of companies in 2008 and have subsequently then rebranded the operations and brought it in under the Vodacom profile. We basically offer connectivity services, MPLS services in the full ICT spectrum across the African footprint. We make use of our global enterprise channel and our carrier services channel. And we've been able to successfully connect up the business requirements on the enterprise side for our big multinational operations as our customers. We continue with our enterprise evolution, and that's how the group is positioning itself across Africa, to be able to offer a Pan-African play across the bulk of the continent. In fact, we actually offer connectivity services outside of the continent for some of the bigger customers that require services even as far as the US and into Europe and into the Russian markets as well. So we like to believe that we are operating a managed service that is superior to the bulk because of our ability to extend our footprint into Africa with a number of partners where we don't have network footprint on the ground, and operate that to the level that allows you to be comfortable as a customer that you are able to partner up in your ICT solution and your total communications provision from Vodacom Business Africa. Vodacom Business Africa, as a total ICT provider of services in the enterprise space, extends its service offering well past the MPLS services and connectivity layer services. So we do obviously own assets in the marine cables on both the eastern and western seaboard of Africa and route into the European hubs. But the customers are demanding far more than a connectivity. It's not about a connectivity play only. The heritage of the business is connectivity, but as we move into the ICT domain, we are quite capable of offering services far past that. So we have IPVPN services that we offer, unified communications, cloud hosting, data services that allow you to basically have the full service that your CIO is no longer managing boxes, but we in actual fact do that. So we have a data center plays across a number of the geographies within the sub-Saharan African footprint, and we can give you the peace of mind that you require as a big multinational customer, and we can get into places with a huge amount of agility and with speed to be able to bring you up and manage the back services that you require. Security being a huge part of that, and a requirement that would be required whether you were in private or in public cloud and sitting in your VPN products. And that is very important, what our customers have told us that they require across Africa. There is a huge push into Africa. Companies need to get into Africa. Africa is where the action is in terms of an emerging continent. It's not one country. It's 54 countries. We understand that. We understand how to operate in that space. And the service product offerings that we have are managed to a service level and customized and bespoke to what our customer requirement is, which allows us then to be able to give you the peace of mind that you need as a customer. So as we move this technology wave, we are well comfortable to be able to deliver services on the back of the connectivity layer across Africa. Well, a lot of the growth story goes around getting the geographies up. So the big thing is to ensure that we can cover where the customers are moving to. So we are not focused necessarily on a particular country. We are focused regionally. We are focused Africa. We are focused where our customer wants us to go to. And our ability to get into that and to negotiate, to be able to give the customer the services that they require, so that we can maintain the view that we are the total communications solution ICT supplier to our customers. We are partnering with our customers to get into these places. So geography becomes it. Where do we have presence? Currently, we have 23 points of presence in Africa. We will continue to expand points of presence across Africa. With our IPVPN product, we allow us to stretch out to as far as 46 countries in the African footprint. So we are where our customers want us to be. The big focus areas that we will have is to continue pushing the service levels up to ensure that we understand that it's no longer about buying just a product. It's about having somebody behind that product that will give you what you need. So we understand the importance of the ICT framework for a customer. ICT is an enabler across Africa. It allows you to get in and to do business. And that's the ease that we want to make sure that you have as a customer. And that's really where our priority will lie, so that as our product sets evolve into the unified communication space, video conferencing, everything that forms it, the cloud, those areas will give you comfort as a customer that we, as Vodacom Business Africa, can offer it to you pretty much over the PAN footprint. Look, Africa is a vast continent. Just pure geography size, it's not easy to operate in. You have a number of challenges that most people would, or most CEOs would agree with: power supply, regulatory issues. You've got a lot of political tension in certain regions that follow it. You had the tragedy this year of Ebola. You've had a number of referendum, political changes and dispensation changes over the continent. But we manage around those because we're in it for the long run, and that's what people need to understand. Africa is not a short-term play; it's a long-term play. The skills challenge is always there, but that's not a challenge that's necessarily something that would inhibit any growth. We're aware of it. We've been doing it for years. We continue to push it. The beauty of technology at the moment is that it's kind of borderless, so you can push out the technology across multiple jurisdictions across Africa without having to reinvent the wheel, and that will allow you to get some kind of scale across your product sets. So we sit with managed service centers in various hubs in the continent. Obviously, some of the challenges would be language. So you've got Francophone countries that are predominantly French-speaking. You've got Portuguese as another language. But we've already addressed those, and we're already able to manage CSOCs and centers out of those territories to be able to address those customer needs.